Let me know when I'm up.
Damn it. How do you know if people are in there with you?
I don't know. I haven't got that far yet.
Ding, ding. I don't know why it doesn't show you that you're live or anything.
Oh, okay. Well, no one's here because it shows this. Look over.
Well, it says you're live, but I have to go to your thing.
I just clicked on it. Does it show my actual screen?
It shows essentially to the bottom of those, at the top of the graph. That's essentially what it shows.
How do I make it bigger?
You need to have a background.
I just want to know how to make it bigger.
That made it bigger, but you double screened yourself somehow. Oh, you had 2 people in. The fuck? Apparently, you had 2 people in there. And there you go. Oh wait, no, you're still in.
All right, well, but I can't figure out how to make it a big screen.
OBS. I don't know how you would fix it in OBS though. Because now you're like doing.
Yeah, well, we'll just have to get a little time.
Yeah, I guess.
Alright, well.
Now we wait.
How's it look on your screen? Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah.
I'll have to figure out how to do that. Google it. Yeah, on OBS.
I think it is OBS. The problem is how.
Hell if I know.
Fudge. How would I even word it?
Full screen?
Full screen display OBS? Oh, you got viewers now.
How many? How's it going, guys?
How do you even look at chat? Oh, there you go.
I can kind of see it. Can you see it from my screen?
Well, I'm trying to figure this out, so you can't give me a second.
I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. You might
My fault.
Trying to figure this out, but welcome to the stream. Can't promise much, but I'm trying here.
Sorry for the ugliness.
Yeah, sorry for the ugliness. See, it doesn't even show me how many people. It just says concurrent views. Yeah. So.
Oh, that's weird. You have 4, and then it goes back to 2. Open screen. You would like to full screen. Right click on the gray border of the image. Click full screen projector preview. Click the display you wish to project on the full screen. The default is display 0.
Alright, so you're useless.
Yeah, hey, I told you how. Go through OBS.
How's it going, Princess? Yeah. Sorry. Still trying to work on this out. So hopefully you got some experience. You've done a couple of videos, Princess, but I haven't figured out how to get rid of the other side of the screen here or anything. But it's in the process. How's your Jeep coming along?
Beep, beep, bum, Jeep.
It feels weird because you can't hear yourself talking. It's kind of weird.
Oh, some streamers do like to have that, but they also have like 3 other people in their Discord call, and they can bounce ideas off people.
Oh well, you know. Next time we'll do that. All
Uh,
right.
no, prefer not to have my voice on anything.
You gotta jump into it.
No. I'm not here, by the
Are-
way, chat. I apologize.
Are you going to paint it at all, Jamie? I don't even. Actually, I don't think I've seen any updates in probably about a month. I don't know if YouTube just doesn't suggest that anymore to me or what. What are you up to now?
Trying to figure out OBS.
Okay. But how's life been, Jamie? I don't know if you know Jamie. She's got a channel. She's got a Jeep.
You don't want to know my opinion on Jeeps. Sorry, JB. I'm sure you're probably a lovely person, but
I'm sorry to hear that, Jamie.
I
I haven't been posting in a while. I got a new job and everything, so I kind of feel you on that. And I can't post as much about work, unfortunately, but it is what it is. So
That's why I'm here. All Amazon questions, I got it. Other than that, I got nothing.
yeah, that's one thing I've never really done much is Instagram. I do a little bit of Snapchat, but I don't know. Do you do Instagram at all?
No, that
Yeah.
is. I don't like Instagram. Don't get me wrong, people know how to take good pictures on there, but other than that,
Yeah, I'm not getting with the filters and all that. No.
this is gonna stay ugly no matter what's gonna happen to it, so we're just gonna leave it there.
I don't know. I've seen these people do some amazing work, so
There's not enough surgery in the world that can fix this.
there's enough filters. Come on. They make the Kardashians look decent, so there's hope for you.
I mean, I'm not saying that on stream. Never mind.
Are you doing like all types of work, Jamie, or are you just doing simple things like oil changes, all that kind of stuff?
Change brake lights that get shit out every 20 minutes. I said that low enough.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
sure.
a little hostility
I hope
there.
not.
None.
Come on, go through. No.
There we go. What?
Phone froze. Too many viewers, man.
Yeah, too many viewers.
I literally can't get out.
No, like I feel you, Jamie. Like I feel like I want a little bit more money. Right now we're about to go to peak season, so I might get some overtime. But I'm always like, what should I do as a side hustle? I don't know if I'm sure since you're a car person, you follow Chris Fix. I was watching his, and I was like, I could totally flip a car, but at the same time,
Absolutely not.
I probably could. I'd probably mess it up. I'm not gonna lie, but part of me goes, I watch his videos. I could totally flip a couple cars. You can do like 4 or 5 cars before you have to have a dealer's license in a year. So
how about this?
let's do it. Let's flip a
How
car.
about this? I did Bondo and I did Pain. Guess what? And I did. I'm sorry for this. I'm just gonna say it anyways. I did a shit ton of brake lights for Jeeps. I don't want to do it anymore.
No, we don't have to do Jeeps. It's
That's
all
fine.
sorts of things.
What? Do you know how to mix Bondo? Do you know how to mix Pain?
We're talking cheap cars. We're not talking $40,000 cars. We're talking like $1,500 cars that people are. You know, it's got a ding or two.
I was gonna say, might as well just be a dealer car at that point.
Then you have to get a dealer's license. It's a whole other.
No, or detailing. Blech. That's what I mean.
You don't need a license to detail cars.
I know, but 9 times out of 10, that's what people want. They want like little chips here and there fixed.
Yeah, well, I'm not that kind of. I'm not good like that. So, are you?
Yes, I was actually.
Well, once you started detailing business, bam, there you go.
No, I don't. The problem was is I was the metal refinisher. Other than that, I didn't do a whole lot. Like fixing Mondo and all that garbage. No. I don't know how you can do with that keyboard.
I need a new one.
Yeah. Yeah, guess what? Mom and Dad were talking about, oh, what does Josh want for Christmas and things like that. And I was like, well, he was looking at a pink cat-eared headphone and keyboard, and then Dad opened his big mouth and was like, didn't you want that? I'm like, listen, it's funny. It's content. Leave it alone.
Need something to bring in the views.
Exactly. I'm not a cute e-girl, damn it.
No, not even close.
I wish I was.
Yeah, well. I mean, I feel like
I got the big enough tits for
Yeah.
it.
you can't say that. You get a.
Yes, you can.
Can
Oh,
you?
no, you can't.
See, you get me unmonetized already, just sitting in the background.
You're not even monetized yet.
I can be.
You can be.
I can turn it on if I wanted to. I technically have enough now. They lowered the requirements.
I thought it was like 500 average viewers, and
Do you know how many views I get on average?
I thought it was like 380.
I get like 290 on an average day.
Yeah, but that's still not 500.
No,
I'm
eight-
talking
eight-
500 first
no,
day.
it's 500 subs and so many watch hours. I hit both
500?
those. Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, okay, so the watched hours, is that like
throughout
you
a
have
year,
to produce that many hours of content, or someone has to watch
watch
that
that.
much? Oh, okay. I thought it was something completely different.
So, like the one video, a couple of videos got like 10,000 views. That's where I got most of my views from.
Printer.
Huh?
I just remember what Mom and Dad want. They want a reservoir printer.
What is that?
Yes.
A reservoir printer, whatever that
Hey,
is.
that's all I got for you. I was told to get something for you and I, and that's the only thing I got.
All right, well, we're gonna work on Dad's gift because
What do you mean? We're just gonna give him a thing to Woodcraft? and
we're
then
not
done?
we're not giving him a freaking gift card. We're not gonna be lame like that.
Hey, I got sick.
If you guys have suggestions for good,
I greatly appreciate it.
yeah,
He's
Gift
fat,
ideas.
lazy, and yeah.
and he could be watching the stream.
Yeah, I doubt it. He's too busy watching political jargon. How many Pac-Mans we got? 12?
Do what?
How many Pac-Mans we got? 12?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why?
This is asking questions.
Yeah, ask him what our boss meant by that.
Shut up, man.
Because I am curious
I
what
think
he
he's
meant.
talking about me. He thinks I did something.
That's what I'm saying.
But as far as I'm concerned, I can care less.
Like I want
If
to
he
know.
doesn't have the stones to actually ask me for it, then I don't care.
Well, yeah, but at the same time, he doesn't think like that. He doesn't say, "This person did it." It's just, "Hey, it happened." It's how you address things, right? Like,
If he doesn't want,
do you call if you think someone did something, do you call that person out? Or you say, "Hey, man,
Yes.
it happened sometime yesterday with being vague enough," and then just move on from there. Because I don't think you should call people out. Because you start calling people out, you start pointing fingers.
okay,
And
as
people start pointing fingers at me.
hold on.
And start
As
pointing them back.
pointing fingers, I mean I think they still need to have a one-on-one, but I don't think they need to specifically say, "Hey, you screwed this up" in front of the group. I think it
But-
just needs to be a one-on-one.
But they
and
didn't
go
say.
from there.
But what if it was like,
If he doesn't know, then he doesn't need to be worrying about it.
right? But what if it was something that was 6 in the day and we didn't know until the next day? You know what I mean? Does
Well, he
it? Do we
said
know?
night, so that's
But
why
how do
I'm
we
like,
know it's 6 at night? You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Does he know exactly what happened? So
Well, if he doesn't want to ask, then that's fine. If he doesn't want to ask, I could care less. He can be the manager in the wind that I never talk to again, and I'll be totally happy with it.
I don't know how you guys feel, but I am of the opinion that if no one knows my name, I come in and do my job, and no one remembers me, I done my job good because no one wants to call me out, No one wants to promote me. No one wants to steal my spot. I just glide like wind.
Yeah, I did that. Or no, I was the exact opposite of you at my other site. Guess what? Now I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna do anything extra anymore. It got me nowhere.
No, that's what I'm saying. I don't.
Well, I'm saying here at my old job, yeah, I could see it easily. I was just taking advantage of 90% of it.
Yeah, because like, unless you want to move up, you can be the hero, but being the hero just gets you more work. So
Oh yeah,
I
it
try to
doesn't give you
avoid.
raises. It doesn't give you.
I mean, once in a while it might move you up, but I feel more like that's not what I want from this place. I just want to like
I was gonna say the whole
ride
thing
the
about
coaster.
people thinking that they are like the golden child, things like that. Unless you are like leaps and bounds above, a certain individual, then yeah, you're gonna be looked at differently. But if you're an average, normal, everyday person, they're gonna be like, well, we don't expect a whole lot from him. He does the stuff, goes home. But the problem is I just don't like that. I'd rather people actually remember my name. Like I had a whole freaking ceremony at MKC4 when I left.
Yeah, I can tell when I walk by and people are like, "Oh, you're Jordan's little brother." I'm like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa!
Exactly.
Define little,
It's
define
great.
little."
Yeah, and now you know. I'm like, yeah.
Especially that one lady who had like two daughters, I think.
Yeah, $2.
Yeah, she's pretty nice.
Yeah, she's very nice. She don't go anywhere near her daughter. Just to point that out.
I think she made that pretty clear.
Yeah.
Always because I was like, "Oh, what shift are your daughters on?" And she's like, "First." Cool. All right, cool. Nice to meet you.
Her daughter is something else. Let's just go with that. But yeah, I like the thing is I like to be remembered, but at this point I'm just like, is it worth it anymore? And at this rate, I'm just like, you know what? It's really not.
Like I said, if you're going someplace and you want to make a name for yourself and move up, 100%, yeah, do that. But
As long as you're not stepping on any toes.
Yeah.
If you step on toes, that's when you start making enemies.
I think no matter what, you're gonna make enemies. But
Well,
yes, you make more enemies than that.
Yeah, you're gonna make more evident enemies if you start stepping on toes, and that's just gonna screw you over in the end.
Yeah, because then everyone's gonna be against you.
Oh,
And
yeah.
you just the nail is stuck out. The nail's head that stuck out, or whatever that old adage is. This I can't remember now.
Yeah, it's like the jack of all trades. We remember the first part, but nobody remembers the second part.
Oh,
The jack of all trades quote.
Yeah.
Master
I'd rather.
master of one is better than a master of none, but a master of none is a
Shoots. All right, I did put like
You
it's
didn't
not
put
kids
adult.
friendly. Yeah, it's not kids friendly. So I suppose we can swear a little bit.
Jack of all trades, we'll say. I believe it before. Okay. A jack of all trades is better than a jack of all trades is better master of none, but oftentimes better than a master of one.
Yeah, because you want the multi trade.
I love
Average.
multi because I don't like sticking in my lane, but I also like snooping, so that's also another reason.
I mean, I do too. Like some drama's going on. I'm like, let's take
No,
a gander.
I just like snooping because I like getting people's heads and it's fun.
Mm.
But I'm also
I'm the one. I try to mind my own lane, but I'll be the one where like that one little I saw on TikTok a little video like a hole in the fence and people that stick the kids would be chanting in the background and they'd stick their head. That's me. I'd be getting my eye poked out. Because I'm like, oh, there's a train wreck going over there. I kind of want to see what's going on.
Like, ooh, record and let's wait for the show.
What's the old Vine thing? World Star.
World Star. That's not a big Anything chat?
Oh, do you have sound? Just the sound. Just
Oh, fudge. You're Whoops. Wrong button.
Any volume?
Okay,
that's back.
there you go.
There you go.
How many viewers? Just 2? 12. I can't tell.
2.
2? So,
2.
in other words,
Jamie and probably myself. I don't know.
yeah. Better than none.
I gotta start somewhere. Don't care. I talk to myself all the time. I don't care.
What's the 12 mean?
Where?
Oh, no.
12 playbacks? No idea. You're talking stuff I don't understand yet. Haven't got that far. 12 playbacks on like normal videos is somebody watches the video again.
Ah.
So sometimes when people kick out of the stream, maybe they kick back in, possibly. Not sure.
Maybe.
I was kind of hoping for a bigger turnout, but you know, it's life.
You gotta understand that maybe they just don't see it. Maybe that's because the thing is mine didn't show up. I had to physically search you.
Okay,
So
maybe
that's
yeah.
why? I don't know. Hey, I'm just spitballing here. We're not freaking Tim the Tap Man and all them. Can we name drop? Is that gonna help us out? Let's name drop.
Right.
Courage GD, Tim the Tap Man. Dr. Lupo.
Let me see here.
What's the other guy? Dr. Disrespect. There you go. Wait,
yeah,
is
right.
he banned? No, he's not banned.
From YouTube? No, I thought he's streaming on YouTube now.
You understand someone's talking to stream, I think.
No, it's Jamie.
Oh.
The issue is about the volume.
Oh. Is it better?
Yeah, it's fixed.
Okay. Give up your phone. What a bad streamer.
I know. I'm trying to.
What a bad streamer.
I'm trying to make a post. See if I can get at least a few more in here.
Wow, bad streamer. Wow.
Right. I'm trying to figure out how to post my live stream. There we go.
Did you just call me the link? Oh, well, you got 3 now. You got 3, and I don't know what else. Unless it's Dad.
Possibly.
Probably take a break from this. Sorry. Can't say crap. My bad.
Say crap.
Crap. I would be a terrible streamer. I cuss too much. Need to have. Oh no, DMCA. I completely forgot about that.
All right. Made a couple posts. Made a couple of things. Maybe.
Well, the problem is it is 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah, and you know how many not night streamers, but like
Night owls maintenance.
yeah, night owls maintenance. Like,
well, that's the problem, and of how many of those are gonna spend their time watching a stream from some random.
I'm not gonna lie. I spend a lot of time on Twitch, so
I do too.
Okay.
I'm just saying it's Twitch, not.
So you think I should stream on Twitch instead of YouTube?
No, because you get less.
How do you know? How do you know?
Because there's a whole algorithm that they posted about it. You understand their whole new thing about it? Yeah, you pay to boost your stream and recommend it to others. I don't know what that means.
Take a look.
Hold on. See, figured. I told you Dad was in it.
Don't mind the energy drink that Jordan bought me on the way
Wouldn't
over.
false, fake news. Dad, don't say what you're about to say.
Fake
don't
news.
do it. I know what you're about to type. Stop it. Stop it. We're not. We already said there's no political garbage that is being said here. Josh will ban you for 30 minutes. Can you ban? I might do it. Now what are you doing?
That's the ones you wanted? The Razor Cat ear
Yeah,
ones?
probably. No, they need to be more pink.
Okay, those are
orange.
pretty pink.
Okay.
There you go.
Alright. Go back to stream. Why are you completely ignoring stream?
Because it's whatever's in the background. Doesn't matter what's in the background.
No. Dad, you need to watch your mouth if you say anything.
All right, Sunflower. I say we buy Jordan this.
You would.
Just haven't decided if it's for his birthday or.
I don't care, to be honest. As long as it makes me look cute.
I'll tell you. Nothing will help with that. I'll tell you what. I'll buy the headphones. You buy the.
You, Dad. Why am I getting a call from? Hello. Hello, nothing. Just hanging out for now. What's up? Oh, no.
Okay. Not sure why that was there, but whatever. How's it going, guys? It will match his pink slippers. How's that for y'all? Nice to, you be able to see my face and everything. So I'm glad you support everybody. I appreciate it. Might be a little bit. Might be. Let's sort of give it away. Slight nerd there. Hopefully the Link or Zelda reference will help too. No problem admitting I'm a nerd. I'll get a few more minutes and we'll talk about a few of these subjects I got highlighted here. Let's see if I can make them bigger here. You back?
Yeah.
Tell your drug dealer no, you don't need me.
About drug dealing? What?
I don't know.
Drug dealing is wrong, kids.
There we go. A little bit bigger.
Oh man, that's Lord.
No? Don't like it?
Just make it bigger.
One day I'll figure out how to do the overlay and stuff. I apologize, guys.
Jeez, freaking Daniel said he's going.
Do what?
Daniel's already asleep. Jeez.
I know.
Oh man.
That's what I was saying.
Isn't he close to my age?
Yeah. How's it going, Lawson? Welcome to the channel. Sorry there's not, 10,000 viewers or anything, but everyone's got to start somewhere. He refuses to show his ugly face, but my little brother's over there.
Even
Also in maintenance.
Taller.
Little brother, again. Zephiel, what do you do, man? I see you on a lot of the streams, so I assume you work day shift and everything, but...
Nerd.
He very well could be a nerd, nothing wrong with that.
No. Day shift people.
Oh. Day shift is the life, supposedly. I
Nope.
disagree. I like night shifts.
Night shift is king.
I appreciate it, Bill. Trying to make it somewhat big. I don't know if you guys are on LinkedIn, but there's a guy. Let's see if we can find it real quick. His name is Jake Hall. If you're ever on LinkedIn, look up a guy named Jake Hall. Jake Hall. That's kind of what I want to be eventually for YouTube. Guy has some great videos. He does. He actually has some cool stuff. He does it almost like a how it's made kind of a bunch of different. He goes to different. Yeah. Golly, see now the tongue tied thing. I know, right? He goes to a bunch of different factories and like it's almost really like it's how it's made, but modernized. So he does a lot of cool videos like that. So if you're on LinkedIn, suggest checking that guy out. But if you ever see him, that's my end goal. Something like that. Hopefully. What kind of work do you do, Bill? I'm assuming somewhat type of maintenance or factory, but the reason I got all this all this up here, guys and girls, is these are probably going to be the next few videos that I work on. Okay, Berry Global. That's the Berry Plastics, or it used to be called Berry Plastics, right? We have one not too far in Lawrence. I think they make a lot of the, if I remember correctly, McDonald's cups and Wendy's cups. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's the two cups they make. But I thought they used to be called something before Berry Plastics. I don't know if you know
what?
Or not. Berry Plastics. I think.
Berry Plastics? Yeah, what about it?
Right? Or Berry Global. They used to be called Berry Plastics, I think, yeah.
Baker used to work for them?
Possibly, I don't know.
I want to say they work for Plastics.
Yeah. Okay, so like when you say tape, do you mean we got the water activated
3M,
tape or like a 3M style tape?
3M water tape, the adhesive on back of the PADs.
Like double sided. Yeah, it was Berry Plastics. Yeah. Did they change the name because it got bought out, or they just changed the name just to make it so they can expand more than just plastics, right? Talk about cups and wrappers. Okay. So usually there's a reason for the name change.
Yeah, usually just for branding.
Well, they got bought out, looks like.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Oh, probably was a hefty payout.
Just got stock in it. That'd be nice. I'm just kind of curious what kind of side projects or hustles you guys got going on. Like I said, these are probably the next few videos that I talk about. It's different things like this. Like one guy I've been watching, I was mentioning earlier, is a guy named Chris Fix. He's got probably like 10 million subscribers by now, but he flips cars on the side, and I know nothing about cars, but I feel like I can fix a car now. So
Nope.
minus, like a U-bolt or a major strut or something.
You know the whole thing, your eyes are bigger than your stomach?
Exactly.
That's essentially
And then we
where
can't
you're
even freaking fix a
Can't fix a bumper.
No, I can fix my bumper. I fix my bumper, alright?
You put it together with a belt and a charger just to get it to go.
Facebook that to me. Did I ever send you that photo?
I don't think so.
Alright. I'll show you guys.
No. You mean
I'll show
the
it later.
tiller?
Yes, you can't fix a tiller.
That was.
I'm thinking it's gas. We need to bring it over.
Gas.
That we need to bring the tiller over. I got a couple ideas. I've been doing some research, and I'm thinking it's the gas.
Just because I took small engines does not mean I know how to
Yeah.
fix all of them.
Yeah, he doesn't flip cars very much. But I like his tutorials. Like after watching this, if you ever watch this guy, after you're watching his tutorial, you're like, I can do this. You feel motivated. You're like, I can 100%
Change one thing.
change my transmission after him
Oh,
showing you
Lord.
one time. You're like, I got this.
Yeah, and you get halfway in, and you're like, I screwed up.
That's
And then you come out, and
that's
then
the oh crap moment. That's you don't care about that. You gotta go in, you gotta do it, and mess up 3 or 4 times before
yeah, and
life
then you
happens.
somehow come out with 8 extra screws that you didn't have beforehand.
Over engineered.
And then 3 different 3 mills that you have no idea, or 10 mills that you have no idea where they went.
I think Honda started the whole 10 mil thing.
Yeah.
So older cars that I'd be working on, probably not all 10 mil, but
No. We're not going to work on cars. I beg of you.
oops, can't even spell burnout. But yeah, a lot of, as Raphael mentioned, burnout, stress. I feel like a lot of people are dealing with a lot of that, especially this time of year.
Especially now with freaking Christmas.
Yeah, Christmas, and I'm sure you guys and girls have all seen the shipping status from China right now. Horrible.
Political. Stop.
No, just saying, there's a lot of cargo. So, like,
Well, yeah.
there's a lot of things not being shipped. So
We can't get parts or
yeah.
anything.
Parts are, I'm sure in maintenance you guys are struggling too, is getting parts.
We're struggling.
We're struggling to get parts. A lot of other factories are struggling to get parts. Like, stuff you've just been like, it'll be here in 2 days. Now you're like, a month
2
out?
months?
A month out?
Maybe?
Alright, how do we
How do we duct tape this?
yeah, how do we duct tape, Bondo, MacGyver this? And it's been a little,
It's gonna be rough.
yeah.
I really don't think they understand how rough it's actually gonna be.
I agree. I hate the SOE metric. We just scrap all SOE and go to metric. We should just go to metric. Why even sandwich standard anymore?
Because we're America. That's why.
America, right?
I don't know. That's your only answer you're gonna
I
get out of
know.
me. Because guess what? It's the only answer we got.
I don't know. We should just switch over though. And just make
It
it
would
life
be
easier.
nice. It'd be a lot easier.
It's easier to count to 1 to 10 versus
3 to 9.
16th, 32nd. Yeah.
Well, I mean, never mind.
I think there's only like 2 countries that do standard anymore.
There's definitely. I think, yeah, and that's saying something. This peak is nice. We are.
I don't think it's gonna be that big. I was talking to the ops guy. He was thinking we're gonna fill up
Yeah,
like
he said
60%.
150,000. Yeah, that's nothing.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Well,
You guys having staffing issues too. Like we had,
I was gonna say we had 4 missing still.
yeah, they hired like 60 people, and
11
11
showed up.
11 showed up.
Oh,
Like
by
on
the
the
way-
second day, I'm like, holy cow! Like
Okay,
this is ridiculous. Without getting to
2 more left after lunch.
okay, all right, 2 after lunch. So that means you got 9 out of 60 that show up on the second
Yeah,
day.
yeah.
Like
9 out of 60 that were on
It's
lines, and then their
horrible.
normal dock staff. But that's the problem with Amazon for some reason. Everyone thinks it's so overwhelming, but the problem is it's actually 10 times easier than a lot of people think.
yeah, like I don't know if you guys work or girls work for Amazon, but they have a what do they call that? What do you call that? The shift you do Monday, Tuesday.
Oh,
The donut shift.
Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday.
Yeah, so they have a what's called a donut shift, which I'd all be down for working. It's like during the day, only day shift, right? There's not night
It's
shift.
only day shift. Yeah.
Only day shift. You work Monday, Tuesday. You have Wednesday off. You work Thursday, Friday, and I think you work 10s or 12s, whatever. I wouldn't care. Like you get a day off in the middle of all that to like relax and you still get your weekend. Like,
I was gonna say
Sign
you
me
still
up.
I was like, you still have your Friday night, you still have your Saturday night, and then you have Sunday to recuperate.
Yeah.
But like if you want burnout, freaking try a different schedule. I'm dead serious. You want to help burnout? Try a difference in scenery. Either try night shift. If you're on night shift, go to day shift. See if you can somehow switch to day shift. You're on back half, which is Wednesday through Saturday for us. See if you can switch to front half, which is Sunday to Wednesday. You get a whole entire new group of people, and you can also go out and do more things you couldn't on your
Yeah.
normal days off.
And Bill, you have a good point too. I should add that to my list of things.
Is it?
He was talking about just replacing the old timers.
I wish we would. The problem is with don't get me wrong. I'm happy people are getting into. I'm still young, so I'm still technically a new blood. But any stretch of the
You got like
imagination.
3 years
Three-
experience. I don't think you're young blood anymore, considering a lot of the other ones.
Well, yeah, but I only have one place of experience.
Well, we're at we're third party to Amazon, but we're
Yeah,
talking about like a
we're
lot of the
third
Amazonians. It's 40 hours for them with that donut shift. Like I'm like, how does anyone not love the shift? I mean, if your home life work or whatever doesn't work out, that I can see. But if it does, then
Yeah, they only allow a certain set. Or they only allow a certain
so many
amount of
people
people to take
yeah.
it. Yeah. Or else everybody would just.
But
probably take
that's what's nice about Amazon. It's
There's
they don't like
everywhere.
yeah, there's shifts everywhere. They don't like to pay overtime, but I mean they do if you
They
have
do
to
for peak,
peak. So
obviously,
peak is last 2 months a year, so you don't get a lot of time off. But
Yeah.
other than that, they're flexible. You get benefits. Like there's a lot of perks.
Oh, man, the benefits.
And the benefits are great. A lot of the other companies I work for, crap benefits. They pay the operators like $14 an hour. I think Amazon
starts out
16?
at 15.
Okay, I think it's
Starts
16.
At 15, all the way up. If you're still a tier 1, which is still the lowest level they have, you can actually go up to, I think it's like 1950. And that's absolutely.
And there's a few people, all they did was show up for like 2 weeks straight, and they're promoting them like crazy because they're showing up. I'm like, like it's almost, what's the point of having an associate's degree if you're not technical? You know what I mean? Like maintenance wise, or if you're not hands on.
Like I understand to at least get your foot in the door, like at least to get certain classes. Like
they pay for school, like
things like that.
I was talking just regular workers, not even maintenance. But Bill said, and we have 8 people in maintenance, including manager. 5 are leaving / retiring in the next 2 years. And I think part of the problem is schools don't make maintenance fun or cool. They're like, oh, if you get this, corporate coding job, you're gonna go through the world and all this kind of stuff. And I think that's part of the problem. And I think we have a stigma of just being kind of rude, and I mean we are for the most part. I mean,
but like the whole thing with like bringing new bloods in and things like that, it does freak me out that we're starting to get that weird spot of like everybody that's roughly around 50 to 60. Everybody that's usually coming in now is roughly 20s,
which is, I mean,
but that's still essentially a new blood. Yes, it is concerning, but hopefully, if they can somehow time it right, the old timers can at least teach the new bloods.
And I feel like a lot of the Gen Z era, which they're like 18, right? 18 to.
I still think I classify Gen Z as 23, don't I?
Or whatever the new generation, whatever. Yeah, I think they're starting to but they're starting to go into the blue collar jobs, which is great. But now you just have that 10, 20 year gap. The millennials that aren't so much into maintenance.
And the problem is,
it's hard to train. Like Amazon has a good training, by the way, guys. If you haven't ever looked at their 1 year.
Yeah, it's extremely in depth.
Yeah, it's in depth. Teaches basic electrical, even a little bit more. Then if you stick with Amazon, you can go back and finish up, and you actually get really good schooling. I mean, there's so many different types of.
There's so many different classifications.
Yeah, like how many different maintenance styles do we have? Like I don't know anything about plastics. I mean, I know a little bit about injection molding. A few times I help other factories, but
I know electricians are in really high demand now.
Yeah. If you know electrical, PLC wise.
Some people feel like general maintenance is starting to become the easiest, but that means it's going to become the most positive or the most populated.
Right, and
so like specifics, as in like pneumatics, electrical, PLCs, like you said, that is what's going to be messing us up more than anything. Like I can do PLCs, I can do rough basics.
Right. I can look at something and go.
You can look at a logic and basically figure it out.
If I have access to it.
If you have access. By the way, Amazon, don't touch their PLC.
Yeah, I know. I saw their thing. And like I feel like the other problem is there's so many different types of maintenance. And like a lot of people will stay at the same job for 20, 30 years.
They get comfortable.
And they get comfortable and they don't want to expand. Me on the other hand, I leave every 2 or 3 years. And now when I start looking for a job, they're like, "Oh, you've done a little this," and I'm like, "Yeah, but I'm not as good as the guy you want me to replace. Has been there for 20 years, and you just lowballed on an offer, and now you got to pay someone like me like $8 to $10 an hour more to replace. Like, I'm not gonna be as good as that guy.
Yeah.
I have
And
good
you
all
expect
around.
everything that he
Yeah,
had.
yeah. You expect me to be a millwright and all this. I'm like, I'm not that guy. And like where I'm at now is all conveyors. I barely ever mess with conveyors in my life. A little tiny, 10-foot section. That's about it, really.
And now
So,
you have miles.
Yeah, now I've got miles and miles of that, and I'm like, all right, well,
It's easy for me.
yeah, you've got experience. It's home to you. Me, robots is home, so
Yeah, you like your fidget robots.
I like my welding robots. But you got to expand, and it looks better. But then you run into that too many people job hop too fast. So I think that 2 to 3 years,
I think that's
pretty solid.
I don't think we can say it.
Because it's hard to find the people who've been there 20 years. Like, you offer me a good pension, I don't know, I'll probably do with a lot.
I'll stick around for a while.
But to me, I mean, I don't work for a company. I work for a boss, or I work for a crew. Either or if I don't have a choice. Like right now, I'm 5 minutes from home, so I'll deal with a lot for working 5 minutes from home. But
Nice.
yeah,
It's a lot better than driving 45.
yeah. I was driving 45 minutes before. Flip my schedule 2 or 3 times a week. Would not recommend. And even at 35, and I don't sleep much. That was pretty hard. I survived off that.
Oh, bad. Go away.
Good for your heart.
Oh yeah.
Gets the heart racing.
Heart palpitations. It's great.
So.
Feel like you're having a heart attack. When
Yeah,
you're just walking.
you take a drink, and you get your heart goes skips a beat, and you're like, okay, yeah, I'm still alive. Keep going.
It's like, that felt weird.
Yeah.
Time to keep going.
Yeah, that probably wasn't normal, but keep on going.
Yeah.
But I think, like I said, I think we just need to make maintenance cool, and I think there's a lot of younger generation that are kind of intimidated, but they're starting to see the money. I think more than anything.
Well,
the dollar signs. I mean, we got two guys that just started, and we got a girl that just started maintenance. They came from the Amazon side, yeah, which Amazon does a great program in terms of, hey, if you do good.
Yeah, it's called mechatronics.
Yeah, mechatronics, whatever. It's great.
Like it'll take a straight up greenie, and it'll at least get them on the right path, at least for Amazon wise. But as in generals, it's not gonna be a whole lot.
And, Bill was saying, like, 15 years ago, if you job hop every 2 or 3 years, it's frowned upon. Now it's the opposite way. And like I said, man, I do it because I want to experience new things. I didn't start maintenance until I was almost 30, guys. Like I got a whole world of exploring to do. Like, I want to get into solar one day. I want to, there's a lot of things I want to do. I want to try food one time.
No.
No, you don't want to try food? I want to try food.
I don't want to go into automotive, and I don't want to go into food.
All right. Automotive's hit or miss. Lots of overtime. Good money.
And you get
Cannot say the work-life balance is very good. But
yeah, you get laid off every freaking
okay, right now it's a little sketchy.
Little-ish. But
with the laying off stuff. But it's starting to pick back up a little bit.
It is. But Amazon's going to be here.
Yeah, Amazon's not going anywhere unless we break it up. But
I mean, you can still get a whole bunch of burnout from Amazon.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, I was starting to get it at my old site.
Yeah, and you run into that's the other problem, Bill, that I have. Yeah, I have a problem with staying too long. You'll see it a lot. At least some of the factories I've been to is if you're still there so long, like you become so bitter.
And you know what's wrong with the equipment before you even head over there, and you're just like, this isn't challenging anymore.
Mine's more the mental. Like, you were like, oh, the company used to do this, and it's been bought out 6 times since then, and now they don't have the money to do this, and then I feel like you become bitter.
Oh yeah.
And then you're like, these new guys are getting hired on. They don't know nothing about this equipment that I've been working on for 20 years, and they're getting the same pay, and you get kind of mad. I feel like sometimes you just gotta say, all right, I'm done. Yeah. I'm gonna take a pay cut, go somewhere nicer, better benefits, or just sidestep something. Because like I said, I ran into people been there 20 years, still have good attitude. I ran into people who've been in 20 years and they're sour and they're just toxic. And I'm like,
oh, yeah.
You should have left 10 years, 15 years ago, or retired or something, because you're just so toxic to all the new people. And everyone's like, well, we got to keep that person because they know all the stuff. I'm like, I get that, but they're toxic to be around, and they lead that toxicity. And that's why I'm like, every 2-3 years, look around. I always think you should always have your resume because you never know. Like,
I was gonna say,
I
it's
wasn't
only
looking for this job, and they messaged me, and I was like, they're like, 5 minutes from home. I'm like, all right, I guess I'll talk. And then the chip shortage happened again. I was like, all right, I'm out.
Time to go for it.
Yeah, and the power of no.
I was gonna say, yeah, I figured that out pretty fast.
Yeah, if you,
I didn't think I have any power.
a lot of people just are like, okay, that's the job offer. You know, that's what the company sends you the offer. And it's take it or leave it.
It's like, oh yeah, that's the absolute max that they can give.
Yeah. If they say that's the absolute max, I'm not gonna say you shouldn't believe it, but 9 times out of 10,
yeah, no,
it's not true.
It's total garbage.
But the last 2 jobs I've accepted, I've said no several times, and they're like a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. So the power of negotiation, that goes a long ways too. And I feel like if you're in a spot where you have to take the money, you have to take the money. I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah,
but if you still have a solid job and they're trying to get you, I'm like, if you're trying to get me from my job now, start throwing some dollar signs or some better benefits or vacation. I will take some extra vacation over an extra dollar or two because back to the work-life balance.
Yeah, that's another thing. Do not. We only get one life here, people. Take your freaking vacation.
Yeah, take your
Trust
vacation.
me, you will need it. You want to get rid of burnout? Guess what? There you go. Take days off every now and again.
I agree, Bill. I should add that to another list.
You said to, like, I understand keeping like maybe 1 or 2 days in the bank. You know, like in case someone gets sick or so on. And so
or a kid gets sick.
Or there you go. Kids get sick or something like that, or car trouble for goodness sakes. I mean,
okay, so negotiation. How did
GIOTION?
Yeah, there we go. Close enough.
Good enough.
I'm maintenance. I'm not an English major.
I was gonna say I failed English, so it's fine.
Oh yeah, I was gonna talk about school too.
Yeah, you don't need a bachelor's degree. You're just get an associate's for God's sake.
Yeah, but I feel like a lot of, if you want to move up to management, a lot of them want at least a bachelor's, which is annoying, but at the same time,
it's smart.
I do agree with it to a point. Like if you're willing to at least get a bachelor's,
if you're willing to at least,
I'm not saying get a master's. I'm saying at least a bachelor's.
Oh Lord, no. There is no way I would ever get a master's. I'm struggling to get an associate's.
Yeah,
for 6 years.
By the way. Yeah. Has it been 6 years?
It's been 6 years.
We've been dragging on our associates like way too long. We need to finish that out. But
we're quite literally at the finish line, and we're literally just like.
Well, I still got to do tech math 1, 2, and English.
I have to do English.
For whatever reason, I have to do welding and robotics, which I should be able to test out of that. So.
But yeah, I understand. I hate school. In every sense of the word. But if it requires me to struggle at least a little bit to at least get higher up,
right?
Might as well just say do it.
Okay, what's your opinion on
don't live
sharing pay?
Sharing pay.
It's like it's one of those.
No.
Zephy. Okay, so it's hit or miss, right? Like, no, I understand no because it can cause some
especially mine.
Right, I know. Okay, so if you got let's say you got 3 different levels, for example. Everyone,
tier 1.
Yeah, let's say tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, for simplicity's sake. All tier 3s are not paid the same, all tier 2s are not paid the same, all tier 1s are not paid the same. Or maybe let's say all tier 1s are paid the same, based on how many years you got.
Go with that.
But if you hire in at tier 2 or tier 3, based off experience, I don't share my pay because I don't share it personally because I don't want to know if somebody makes more than me. That's why I don't. But at the same time, I don't think there should be a stigma about keeping that quiet. Because, I see flip side, because I see, let's say...
Personally?
Yeah. Let's say I view you as not as good as me. In Amazon world, you are.
Yeah.
You're better than I am. But in a general sense, I'd be like, they're not as good as me, I should get more money. And then you'd be like, hey, I work twice as hard as that guy. I should get him. So, I see both sides of it.
It makes sense,
but too many people stay quiet about it, and then there'll be a huge pay gap, and I'm like, ooh, that's toxic too.
Taboo, yeah. It's taboo to actually talk. I understand to a certain extent. Like, especially with me being a tech two, but I'm still classified as the youngest kid on the shift. I do, but
Right.
I'm still making more than over
I mean,
half.
but you got years of experience with it too. Well,
Yeah,
like Zafia, I'm saying like I think we should have there should be a range, and everyone should be that range should be public. Like, hey, if you're
you make roughly here to here as a 3. You make
yeah,
here to
if you
here as a
yeah
2.
if you
Okay.
you know within like $3 or $4, maybe somebody gets paid a little bit more, but don't discuss that. But like, hey, if you're X level, you're gonna get paid X, tiered.
Yeah, like this is the min, this is close to
Yeah,
max.
and
like,
I think that is fair if you don't want to discuss pay at that point, because then you kind of know where everyone's at. You kind of know where the next step is, because I feel like a lot of people, if I go, hey, you know, Bill's making $3
You
more
need
than
to be
me, I'm
able
gonna
to
start looking for
argue.
another job, and then the
Like
other
you
job
can,
pays me more.
like
I'm
the
gonna
whole
leave.
thing. Like if you want to go to your boss saying, "Hey, it's been a year and a half. I've worked here a year and a half. I think it's time for me to argue for a raise," and then you can at least be like, "Hey, I know this is a rough estimates of everything, but I do this, 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 and this. You haven't had problems with me doing this, 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 and
Right.
this. So I think I should have an argument to at least go to this level, not the absolute max, but I think to like
I,
to here.
I don't know if you guys can hear my brother, but he was saying basically if you're bottom, let's say bottom of the
Let's say bottom
suggested,
of the barrel.
yeah, of the pay. Hey, I've been doing this for a year. I should get like a
So
fourth of what, a fourth up, that kind of a
So
thing.
you're making
Which,
20,
yeah,
and the absolute max is 26. I know it's like, I know there's people more experienced than me, and so on and so forth, but I've done this to at least better myself, so I'm like, alright, I'm going to try to get like 22, or so on and so forth. Okay, $2 raise is a little much, right?
yeah, Zafiel, I think, I mean, I do think you have a good point. I think it's overall just good worth ethic, but he was saying to keep the male female ratio equal. You got to post that kind of stuff. I think that's good.
Well, my whole thing is that it shouldn't worry. It really shouldn't matter with that. It should just strictly just be.
But
can they specifically do that? I understand the politics and like
right.
everything like that, but my whole thing is if they can actually do their job and they can say specifics, it really shouldn't matter who that person is.
I'd rather work with somebody that has an idea than somebody doesn't. I don't
Like,
care for male or female or
yeah.
whatever. Like,
And the whole,
I just want to get this job done so I can go home.
And the whole like the whole natural male bravado and everything like that. It really shouldn't matter that you are learning from a woman. It really shouldn't. Like we asked a woman for help. What 2 days ago? Yeah, asking like, hey, how exactly do you do this? And she was 100% okay with teaching us. Guess what? We're smarter. We now know how to do something that probably everybody else doesn't know how to do. We need to get out of the stigma of, oh, a woman is in a male dominated field. That doesn't mean that so on and so forth. It's she's doing it because either A, it interests her. That should be the end of it. It's like it interests her, she wants to do this, that's it. It shouldn't need to have anything else.
And Jamie, I've only ran into 2 females in industrial maintenance.
Man.
I think in my entire life. I think we have one on our team. I haven't met her. She's doing her training yet.
No.
So, which is
She's
awesome.
Supposed to be back soon.
So I just wish, it was cool when more girls would join. Like, I don't see why not.
I understand the reason why there's not a whole lot of females in it. Don't get me wrong. But
I come from the welding trade, and there's not a lot of girls in the welding trade, but the ones that are like 90%. 90% can outweld all of us. Yeah. So like,
it's like, man, you can't.
All right. So Bill said that his plant, all the operators got raised, but not maintenance. What do you think about that? It depends on how much more I make. Because
hold on, is he third partied or is he?
No.
Is it part of the company?
I think it's part of the company.
It depends. It depends on how much they were making in the first place compared to how much operators were making to maintenance. If it was a pretty decent gap, then it's like, okay, they probably deserved it.
Yeah, I agree, but that's kind of what I was thinking is like, if there's pay is so under compared to like what flipping burgers is right now, like 17 plus $1,000 sign on bonus,
Yeah,
like
which is
you gotta pay people more. I get that, and I agree with it. I'm all down for paying basic operators more, and I'm not gonna lie. The reason I am 100% greedy because if you pay the operators more, eventually I'm gonna get more money, and it's gonna be easier to make my house payment. So like,
fair.
I am all for them getting more money because that means I'm gonna get more money too eventually.
My
Not
whole
not
thing,
right off the bat,
my
but
whole thing is just being fair. Like I understand people need or companies need a lowball so they make money, but I'm also like
like
they need to be able to pay their associates
yeah. If
enough
you
to
if you
leave
work,
them.
I still believe if you work 40 hours at a halfway decent job, you should be able to afford a halfway decent place. I'm not saying
I'm saying
operators should get
like
$25 an hour,
I'm saying
better
like
benefits than me and
700
everything.
plus. Like you can genuinely afford like a 700 plus per
But
maybe
money
650.
wise, it's different from every state, right? Like, because if I
I'm
was gonna
just
go live in
I'm just saying
California,
Kansas,
Hawaii,
right?
yeah, where we're at, 16, $17 an hour, we'll pay
I was gonna
for
say
most places.
like math wise, at least for me, freaking making let's just say close to 25, I'm gonna struggle to make an 850 apartment.
Right. Like, so there's some things I think we need to. Yeah, if you, maintenance wise making double than the average than the operator, that's healthy
Yeah, I
amount.
was gonna say yeah, roughly making double. Yeah, I mean it.
Unless you're, I mean, depends on how hazardous your job. If you're like in a battery plant where
Oh yeah,
like
you
a lithium battery
100%
plant,
deserve
yeah,
more. I'm sorry, you deserve
I think
much
you should
more.
get a little more. Or like some place that makes
Like
explosives,
hazard pay and thing like
or
that.
like the ammunition plant or something. Yeah,
There
okay.
you
I
go.
mean, the operator should get more too, though. So,
I was gonna
but
say at that rate,
depends on how
definitely should
hazardous
go.
it is.
Like for us, there's not a whole lot of hazard besides.
Being stupid.
Yeah, essentially, because Amazon basically.
Oh yeah, how safe? That's a good one. How safe is your work environment?
Yeah, Amazon is. Oh Lord! I mean, they have anti-cut guards on barriers. They have plastic barriers now. They have.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't want to keep a running joke, but I always knock on forklift drivers, but I swear they hit
I don't know
everything.
how they hit everything. I just don't.
Um, I don't know if they hold your guys' forklift drivers accountable,
Oh
but
man,
oh
Amazon does not.
yeah, they don't. I mean, they might do a drug test.
Oh
I
yeah,
don't,
they.
like the last few places I've been at, sometimes they'd be like, "Oh, they're hard to find." I'm like, "Man, this is harder to find. Why am I replacing,
Yeah. First
a
week.
whole pillar because of
I was
this?"
gonna say first week I was already called over because someone hit something already, and they're like, "Okay, do they need to take a piss test?" I'm like, I mean, you can make them take a piss test if you want them to. Like,
I don't know if have you driven a forklift very much.
oh yeah,
All right, I drive a forklift for
pretty
like
easy.
a week and a half.
Oh yeah, that's easy.
Not gonna lie, I've banged in a couple things. So I can't give them too much because you gotta go, you gotta go, you gotta go, you gotta go. So
Yeah, I was vibing the
I've
whole
done
time.
a little bit, but I'm just saying, like as you're taking big turns and stuff like that with big loads, I can
Okay,
understand
yeah, I
bumping a
understand
little
that.
bit,
Yeah.
but it's when they back straight up into a full on pole, and I'm like, come on, bro.
Yeah.
Or conveyors or whatever. See, that's Bill. That's the stuff like it's frustrating me. Like I'm used to, I come from a weld shop, so like all that kind of stuff. I'm like, yeah, we'll just open a panel. Let's just open this, and Amazon's just like, nope, contract,
You're gonna
nope,
get fired,
contract,
yeah.
nope, no. I'm like, I
Yeah.
mean, it's frustrating because I'm like, if I could just open that panel, I could fix that. But then I'm like, every other job, I probably risking my life just opening that. So I'm like, you know what? All right, it is what it is.
Amazon
Like,
does not play.
so it's kind of nice, but it's kind of nice to be that safe. But at the same time, like I feel
It's
like
also frustrating.
there's always that nice level, and I think
Like
they're just a little high, but it
like
is what it
compared to
is.
my old site compared to here, I am basically handcuffed behind my back at this site. Like I
Yeah.
can't. Like they don't want us to drive forklifts. They don't want us to do open cabinets.
Yeah, like
We can't even lock stuff out yet.
the last job I was at, the forklift driver, he was doing everything right, but he was facing this way driving, and the guy came out of the the dock doors and walked along, and he thought the forklift driver saw him, but the forklift driver wasn't facing. You can't see that far, right? So he's in his blind spot, barely bumped into him, and you can see it on camera. And it looks like it just, one of those bumps, but it broke both his legs. He had to amputate one leg, like and he barely bumped into him, but he had one of those big forklifts that. So you never know. Sometimes just a little bump can take you out. Now the guy was in his 60s that got hit, so I mean, it is what it is. But still, like, it ain't no joke sometimes.
I don't think you need me anymore, right?
No. Yeah, Bill, that's kind of what it is here. They also have like a cal rating, so if there's anything under a certain cal, we suit up.
Under 12.
Bomb suit, basically.
6. That's the max we
Yeah, 12.6 or 12.3, whatever.
12.6, and that's gonna it.
All right, we're gonna game in a little bit.
I mean, I'm gonna play my game for a little bit. You gotta keep going on the street. You
No.
6 viewers. You still haven't even started your talking points yet.
I'm gonna call it quits in about 5-10 minutes. So
you haven't even started your freaking.
You can play your little game later. So.
I wasn't.
Yeah, he lost his, I think, his right leg. So that sucks.
You probably want to. Never mind. You want to make sure you close the door or lock the front door.
Okay. I don't know, just let an intruder in. Whatever. Yeah, the 50 volts. Yeah, if it's at like 120, I think we have to suit up, which is, like I said, kind of frustrating, but I get it. Keeps everybody safe. We did have my first welding jobs when the guy, he had his hair back in a ponytail and everything, and just a couple of strands happened to fall forward as he was leaning over with the lathe, and that caught up and it ripped probably a good chunk out of his scalp. Like, oh, that was my first, like, whew, that can kill you pretty quick. And then you see some videos, people getting wrapped up in that. So yeah, he left a whole left side of his head got ripped out almost, so that was a big ouchie. Yeah, could have been worse. Could have got wrapped up in that. He actually had cool hair. He actually took time and groomed his hair and stuff, so it actually looked pretty cool. But it is what it is. So if you guys have any other topic ideas for my next couple of videos, ideally, I want to make a video with a friend or two, just kind of their opinions on things, kind of bounce back, as my little brother was here too. I don't think he'll join on me on screen ever, but maybe one day. But like I said, work's starting to stabilize a little bit. My life's starting to stabilize again, so I can start making videos. And I feel like just the industrial maintenance niche is just no one really filling that, so I want to fill that up. So I appreciate you all being here with me for an hour and all that good stuff and the supports. But I think I'm going to probably call it there, an hour. I want to try to do it maybe once a month, just an hour, just kind of fill things out. I'll try to work on this overlay and all that because, yeah, not the most technical in that yet, so, but getting there. But you all have a beautiful, beautiful night, and hopefully you all get some sleep and stay safe out there. I agree, Jamie. No one talks about it enough, and when I started, I wish there was somebody out there that could help me out with some all that good stuff, but it is what it is. So, I'm sorry, Jamie, you can't continue your YouTube. I wish you could, but, yeah. Glad to see you in the chat. Zephiel, thanks, man. Kyle, appreciate it, and Bill, thank you.